If you're anything like me, you've been running a Copium Calcharo team, and honestly, I can't blame you because his best support is yet to come in the form of Yinlin, which is going to be our next limited character coming to the game. In this video, I'm going to go over everything you need for Yinlin's release, from her Ascension materials, skill upgrade materials, to even some of her best echoes to farm. So let's get right into it. Every character in the game needs about 3 different types of materials in order for it to be ascended to the higher level. In Yinlin's case, you have to farm the mecha, you know, that big robot thing that drops the group abomination tacit core, and to get her to level 60, which is probably where most of us are going to be stuck in, maybe 70, we're going to need about 9 of the group abomination tacit cores to be able to send her to level 60. Past level 60, you're going to need 9 more to get her to level 70, then 12 to 80, and then to 90, you're going to have to need another 16. In total, to max out your Yinlin to level 90, whenever that's even possible, you're going to need a total of 46 group abomination task cores, which are the mecha boss drop. Aside from that, you're also going to need some of the gatherable flowers that we have in the game. In Yinlin's case, you're going to need to gather the Coriolis, which is a gatherable flower that spawns around the monkey area, the dim forest area. If you follow this route I have on screen, you can start over here at the bottom, and then you can go wrap your way around the big tree, and then up you go a little bit northwest, and then you get that big group of Coriolises up there. I'm going to leave the link to the interactive map in the description. You can filter, and then you can find your way through here. But that's pretty much the route you want to take. If you do one run and you gather every single one of these, you're going to have about 29, and you need about 60 of these to max her out. So 2 of these runs, you have 3 weeks to do it. It should be pretty easy to obtain. They look like this. It looks like some mushroom coming out of a tree. Very hard to miss, so get gathering those. Third and final ingredient for the Ascension is going to be the Whispering Cores, and they come in green, blue, purple, and gold rarity. For the Whispering Core, she's going to need 4 greens, 12 blues, 12 purples, and 4 gold. Don't worry too much about the gold ones right now, because obviously we are very early in the game, so you're not going to need those until rank 6. But you will need them eventually, so at least try to get as many as you can as of right now, so that way you don't have to worry about it later in the future. There should be no problem obtaining the purple ones and below. Should be very easy. You should already have a bunch of these because you get them by killing mobs, and if you've been farming your data bank, you should already have plenty of these already lying around. Yinlin is a DPS type of character, and she can slot into the main DPS or the sub DPS role, and as such, she's going to require a crit rate based weapon, preferably, and there's only 2 options for her right now when it comes to crit rate, one being her signature weapon called the String Master, and the other one called the Augment, which is the Battle Pass 4-star weapon. Aside from that, she has the Cosmic Ripples 5-star weapon that you can get from the standard banner, or you can also do the Jinjo Keeper, which is another and probably her worst option, but is the one that more people are going to have because it is a 4-star weapon. All of these weapons require different materials to upgrade, so just find out whichever one you're going to use and then upgrade it accordingly. Now onto her echoes. She is a DPS type of character, so you are going to be able to build her however you would build your own DPS. You can run 4-4-1-1-1, how I'm doing here, with a crit damage, crit rate, and then 1-1-1 with good rolls. Like, these are not rolled obviously, but 4-4-1-1-1 is a good way. Also, you can do a 4-3-3-1-1 with both of them being with both threes. Let me show you, being electro damage bonus. You can get one of these from the roguelike mode. You can buy 2 of these. If you have Calcharo, you probably already have been farming Tempest Mephis and Thundering Mephis. I'm running the 4-4-1-1-1, and it's running really fantastically for me. And but you can also run a 4-3-3-1-1, and that is also going to be very strong for you. Just make sure that the 3 costs are elemental or electro damage bonus or attack, and then make sure the 1 drops have decent crit rate, crit stat rolls. If you are able to get crit on every single piece, you should be good to go. When you have 3 or 4 weeks, you can farm these unlimitedly. You cannot upgrade them unlimitedly though, so just be careful which ones you upgrade or not, but just make sure to farm the 5-piece electro. There is another build that you can go with her, which is the support build, which is the 5-piece Moonlight Cloud. So you can give your Calcharo 22% attack for 15 seconds after you use your outro skill, which combined with her own outro skill is going to buff Calcharo into Oblivion, you can run the same thing. You can find the Impermanence Heron and a crit rate, crit damage, and then you can also run the Spear back with electro damage bonus with the 1 cost rolling into crit. Those are just the 2 different builds. I personally am going to be running her in the 5-piece electro. I do have a spare crit damage Tempest Mephis, so I just need to try to find a Thundering Mephis with crit rate, and that should be good to go. I should have enough time to do that. So I'm not going to go too crazy on the substats. I just want those 2 main pieces, and I'm going to run the 4-4-1-1-1 because it just makes it easier. I have 1 piece of crit rate, 1 piece of crit damage. Everything else can roll however they want. I don't really care too much right now to min-max my builds. All right, now for the part that's going to take the most time to max out, but you know, the game just came out, so don't rush it. The skills are going to take a long time to max out, but for you to be safe, just grind what I'm about to say so you can at least unlock everything, and then you can upgrade the skills individually as you get and you progress in the game. So the first thing in this slot right here, these 2 slots, this is Calcharo right here, right? It's not Yinlin, but in this slot, Yinlin is going to need the little helixes. Those are the little spinny cores that you can farm from the dungeon. You can also buy a lot of them from the shop, so go check out the shop. And I'm going to put a picture on the screen so you know which ones they are. And then the second material is going to be more of those whispering cores. For the whispering cores, in total, you're going to need about 25 of the green. You're going to need 28 of the blue, 40 of the purple, and then 57 of the gold. As far as the helixes go, you're going to need 25 of the greens, 28 of the blues, 55 of the purples, and 67 of the gold. That is a lot of them. All right, and the last material is going to be the weekly boss material. She uses the Dreamless drop, which is the unwarranted feather. And then for that, just to be safe, you're going to need at least 6 because you need 1 for every single one of them on the top. So just for you to unlock all her skills and all her passive stats, you need 5 for the top one, and then this one in the middle also requires 1. So you need a total of 6, which is about 2 runs out of the 3 in any given week. So just make sure that if you're going for Yinlin, you are going to farm the Dreamless at least twice or 3 times in one of the weeks. So that way you have enough to max all these things out when she comes out. The rest of the stuff, you can max it out. Take your time and max it out because we're not there yet. We're not going to be able to farm the gold stuff until way later. So just don't rush it. Just have enough to get her functional whenever she drops and get her to level 60, possibly level 70 when she gets out. And that's going to be the end of the Yinlin pre-farm guide. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, see ya.